Hockily dockily, just doing a comparison between the original Godzilla vs. King Kong and the American release of that. So yeah, just a little thing about the latest, the American release of the 63 Japanese version. There's a lot of exposition, a comprehensive description, explanation of an idea or theory. There's a lot of this is what the plot is in that version. So he's going through what a dinosaur is and how radiation can make a dinosaur bigger, which Matthew Broderick did. We'll call it the Puff Daddy version. So the American version's got a lot of the original scenes, and it's just cut every now and then with somebody explaining the plot. As if you could explain the plot. Oh, God. Yeah. So I really don't understand why the reviews of the American version are so bad. There's not much of the American stuff. Not many scenes redone for the American release. Maybe some other. I haven't. Yeah, I've watched all the Japanese ones through. So maybe some other movies have too much Americanisms in them. But this looks pretty much the same movie. I didn't watch it all the way through. I got bored. I watched the same movie almost 3 times in one day. So, Godzilla. There's been 36 Godzilla movies. From 1962 to the latest one, released a couple of weeks ago. Love these movies because I love Thunderbirds, and I can't show you any of my Stingrays, Thunderbirds. They're all up there somewhere. XJ6, and I got the whole series, everything. The Captain Nemo, what? Captain Scarlet, yeah, Captain Scarlet. So yeah, from a puppet, from an enjoyment of watching movies with puppets and models and little tanks that are obviously remote controlled toys used in a movie. That is absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. For those who cringe at that type of stuff, you will not get any much enjoyment out of the early Godzilla movies. And of course Cinemassacre, because I was introduced by all the episodes of Godzilla after watching his Godzillathon, so years ago. And yeah, Giant Claw. You get into some shit like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Giant Claw, it's as big as a battle station. There's some really crappy, cringy movies out there, but I absolutely adore them. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. There's a line from Rocky Horror Picture Show, Fay Ray and King Kong, and there's a reference to the movie with Robbie the Robot in it. I've forgotten what the name of it. It's in the other room. You know, so I'm into old science fiction, movies. Because of I did a script writing course. This is stupid. Because 2021, so that script writing course was 2003. So almost 21 years later, I'm now putting into practice what I learned in that class. The guy that ran the class was a professional screenwriter, and he had a massive B-movie collection. So back then I didn't know what a B-movie was. And after watching the greatest film directors, producers on earth, such as Tommy Wiseau and George Nguyen, there are such things as F movies. The Hand, the guy with the coat, what's it called again? The Hands of Fate. Manos, the Hands of Fate. There's some real crap out there. Okay, Western Sharknado. Right, so anyway, it's the 36th Godzilla movie, and it's the 12th King Kong movie. Anywho, so King Kong, the original, and Peter Jackson's one is the 8th one, a remake of the 33. I say, okay, so if you watch the 33, you know how I said about when I'm doing the history of film, there's a lot of blackface and homophobia and blah, blah, blah. In the original, you've got the attitude that women are just there to be looked at, just for eyes to see, and shouldn't be speaking. A woman should be seen and not heard. But, yeah, so Peter's taken, or Fran, I suppose, taken some of the dodgy, macho, fucking cisgendered male masculine BS and kind of twisted it around. So that's that. 2005 version. So yes, Son of Kong. So what I've done is I've actually bought most of these. Now, what happens though if you're not careful? So literally there's 36 plus 36, sorry, my brain doesn't work. 36 plus 36, so literally there's 72 Godzilla movies, because you've got the original Japanese release with the subtitles that are absolutely amazing. Then you've got the horrible American releases of those, and the only one that wasn't a horrible release of a Godzilla movie was this one, Puff Daddy 1998 Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. It was released as a crap movie. It was absolute garbage without any original. So there's the story that they bought the rights, Toho bought the rights to that stupid Godzilla, yeah, and like absolutely blasted it apart in the next movie. So yeah, so why I hate Godzilla versus Kong. You've got Mecha Godzilla, so I don't know if this is spoilers or not, but you've got a hint of Mecha Godzilla. You've got a hint of King Ghidorah from let's have a look. What movie did he start in? Mecha Godzilla, King Ghidorah 91, you got Mothra 92, Space Godzilla. There's one King Kong versus Frankenstein. I haven't got that on my list. There's some shite too. There's the version of Star Wars. Oh God, my mind. Arabic version, whatever. There's a knockoff version of Star Wars. And there's knockoff versions of Godzilla and King. You don't put those on the list. There's tons. Like a Godzilla King Kong anthology would be about 100 if you include all the rip-offs. Anyway, so yeah, what happened was, if you haven't watched it, this was a spoiler. You've got hints of King Ghidorah. You've got hints of Mecha Godzilla. It kind of hints towards the fact that when they get into the center of the earth, which is another highlight for me, to again hinting at a remake of Journey to the Center of the Earth. That would have been cool to mix those in, but they got this stupid plan where They build a special spaceship to go into this planet, journey to the center of the Earth, Jules Verne, to the center of the Earth to look for this round ball thing, globular entity thing, which never pans to anything. This is we're talking the equivalent of Supergirl here. Like the script is just a mishmash hodgepodge of many scripts that never pan out. So the instant that they get to the center of the Earth, they go back to Earth again. Stupid. And when you're getting into the... Okay, so it could have been a brilliant movie. Once they got to the center of the Earth, or the hollow Earth, you could have had Mothra down there, King Ghidorah. I don't know if they're going to resurrect him for... You just see his skull in the movie. You know, there's a lot of little versions of what could have been a Mothra. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, an all monsters attack, an American version of that. I mean, the graphics would be amazing, but I don't know. Sometimes it's better if they leave the original alone and just let it live as it exists and not F with it. So I bought this one here, King Kong Escapes. No, it was this one, King Kong 76. Apparently it's a remake of the 33, so I haven't watched it yet. King Kong Lives, Lomini Kong, Peter Jackson's one, King of Atlantis, Return of the Jungle, Skull Island, Andy Serkis. I'm confusing Andy Serkis with the version of him. Oh, no, he's in Peter Jackson's one. Who's on... No, I haven't watched Skull Island in ages. The last few movies, the Godzilla from 2006, no? Where are we? King of the Monsters. I saw it, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. Skull Island. I saw it, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. They weren't... For me, they weren't part of this huge collection of Godzilla, King Kong, monster related movies. I just don't get it. But I've got I ISO'd my DVDs, yeah. So yeah, the dialogue gotta do this, sorry, I'm sorry, I apologise in advance. Talking about racism, by the way.
Chief? Is that the chief? That's the chief.
So, when I did the history of film, there's blackface, but these people, this is the Japanese version, so this is the original. These people are literally painted with whatever. So you'll see Chinese ladies wandering around with coconuts on. Their skin is just covered in whatever that is. I mean, oh my God. But, okay, in defense of the original, you can hear the damn dialogue. It's crap. It's fun. By the way, this is a comedy. The original is a freaking comedy. Like, Jack Black plays it in King Kong. He plays like a guy that really just F's through life and just, oh, she'll be right, mate. The good old Kiwi attitude. This isn't meant to be taken seriously. The Godzilla and King Kong through this generation of movies are people in plastic puppet suits. Rubber puppet suits. So we're not Harryhausen. I've forgotten how to pronounce his name. Harry. Oh God. Anyway, the King Kong dude. We're not in stop animation anymore. We've moved on from stop animation to guy in rubber suits. they can't. If you watch the Cinemassacre review, that these actors can't see much. They're falling over on set. The story behind the actors is quite cool. One of them literally caught fire and had to, you know, ended up in hospital. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so these two are paid by the pharmaceutical company to find King Kong just for the purpose of making money out of photographs of King Kong, or making him hold up a bottle of shampoo, or whatever the hell. So they're there to capture, at least take photos of King Kong. And meanwhile, Godzilla has awakened from his iceberg, and he's rampaging towards Tokyo. And these guys are in Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands is where this version of Skull Island is. So, yeah, so Godzilla and King Kong are going to come together, but at the moment one's in Solomon Islands and one's in Tokyo. So that's the plot, a loosely plot, but most of the dialogue in the new one, they cut the last word off in their dialogue, almost like the dialogue doesn't matter. It could have been a much better movie. I'm honestly saying this. It could have been a much better movie if they had stuck closely to the original and had some coherent sense, and not fly to the Middle Earth, the Hollow Earth, do nothing, and then come back to the surface again for no reason. It's just, I can't understand how bad it was made. Now, granted, this is the first movie I've ever watched and had an opinion about before watching other reviewers on YouTube to form my opinion. So this opinion may be out there, but I want to play this one. Oh, this octopus thing that attacks the village. I mean, that could have been part of the new movie. Peter Jackson did the natives properly. They weren't actors, Chinese actors painted black. You know. So at the village, so this octopus attacks the village and King Kong rips its head off. Now, in the new movie, he actually takes the head of something he kills and drinks the blood out of it. And I'd gone to boil the jug and I came back, so I assumed that was in the original, but he doesn't. He kills this thing, then he picks up this jar of tranquilizer and drinks the jar of tranquilizer, almost as if it was convenient to the plot. So this has actually got a storyline. This girl here, you've got a brother and sister separated. So we're talking Luke and Leia separated, trying to find each other, get to each other. You got an awesome storyline about that. The boyfriend doesn't seem to really care about her. I don't know. I've only watched it 3 times, so I don't know. And here's King Kong. Hang on. No, they've found him. There's Godzilla. Again, so I have to talk about the elephant in the room. In movie tropes, Godzilla's about 400 feet high. King Kong's about 40 feet high. So, in the behind the scenes, a lightning strike somehow hits King Kong, and you do see lightning in the original, and it makes King Kong grow 400 times bigger. So again, this is modeling sets, styrofoam rocks, men in rubber suits, but as entertainment, I absolutely love it. It's kind of weird me saying that, isn't it? And of course, they've got, even back then in the original 1963, they've got CGI'd, well, it wouldn't be CGI, but they've got him lighting up, sometimes blue, sometimes red, his things to fire his breath. And it's ridiculous. The end, I'm not going to say the end of the movie, because it's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. So, it's King Kong. Oh yeah, here it is. This is one thing they fixed in the new movie. They have King Kong floating on balloons, and I can assume there's at least just one helicopter. I don't think these 3 helicopters are connected to him. In the new movie, they have like a dozen helicopters because he's that big. So that's one thing that they did fix in the remake. And this bit where they float him. So the other bit that I like about in the new one that they fixed from the original. Again, it's a guy in a rubber suit on a craft behind a model ship with the little model sailors on it. I love this style of filmmaking. I'm just obsessed with it. But yeah, so you can see they're not moving, so kind of cool. This. Oh no, that's him. In the latest movie, it's a woman that is the daughter of someone, and you never see her again. It's like, I'm here, I'm important, and she does. I won't give that away. But I love this movie. I've fallen in love with this from watching the new one. This guy's such a loser. He's the Jack Black character. It's like a buffoon. It's like he's gonna blow up King Kong by standing on this. I'll play it. Puts his hand on the dynamite trigger. It's like, excuse me, if you pump that, you'll blow King Kong sky high. It's a comedy. I love it because it's a comedy. It's not to be taken seriously. Anyway, so have we got a good shot of him? No, little one. So in the new version, you know, he's again Peter Jackson style handcuffs and all that chained to the thing. You can tell they're models. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I was going to make a point, wasn't I? Just, it's better. The graphics are better for this scene. The graphics are better. The scale of the barge that he's on is more realistic. Again, there's something wrong with the new one that I don't understand. When he puts his hand on the barge, his hand is massive, but when all of him's on the barge, he seems to be smaller. It's like the scales, like 2 different CGI companies did different shots. It's just bizarre. And of course, Godzilla's sticking his head out of the effing water, so he's that tall, but when he gets on the barge, he's like, scales just don't work. I don't know what the hell. I mean, we've been in lockdown for years. They've had plenty of time to rewrite the script and make it sort of coherent and make it make sense, but they just thought, F it. Let's just go with the crappy script that we've. How can you call it a script when there's hardly any dialogue? I mean, the little kid our Kiwi hero. Oh, he was in Deadpool. Ah, okay. I was trying to figure out where the hell's he from. So the little Murray kid from Deadpool. Every time he says something, the dialogue is turned down. It's like, what'd you say? What'd you say? Because it was funny, but I couldn't hear it. Freak. So you got model battleships. Yeah, I don't want to knock. Well, you can't knock this movie because it was filmed back in 1963. That's all you could do, and I love it. So now I'm getting them to what happens a couple of days after you've watched both versions. They start to blur. So do they do this in the new one? I can't remember. They trap him in there, but he just doesn't give an F, and he just gets up and keeps walking on. And then they try and shock him with 1,000,000 volts. So they've taken the 1,000,000 volt theory. In the new movie, they've put that 1,000,000 volts into a spaceship thing that journeys to the center of the earth for absolutely no reason. And they jumpstart King Kong's heart with this 1,000,000 volts that in the original was meant to kill Godzilla. So, yeah. Which is stupider. Yeah, but I love it. Oh, God. It's just... I love watching this one. I'm probably like the only one in the world. So there's the brother. Oh, I wish I didn't do that. So you got this model train. It's really well done for the 60s. I mean, come on. This model train, you're making them look like they're in it. And there's his hand, and there's the model train. Of course, I'm into model trains, as you all know. And these model tanks are just so cool. And again, here's a hint back to the 1933. I don't know what building that is, but it's looks a bit like the Empire State Building. And he takes a girl up to the top of that building. For why? What reason? Maybe he loves... He's king of the mountain. Okay, yeah, that's the right. Again, in this movie, he goes to the top of Mount Fuji. So he's the king of the mountain. That's a theme. In the new one, he sits on a throne, gets up, and forgets about the throne. Let's just move on with the plot. What the F was that scene about? Oh, God. So now they're going to put him to sleep. I don't like that. Oh, yeah, painted eyes. I don't know if they could have let the actor's eyes see through that mask, but maybe not. These eyes are just creepy. So that's his sister. She's, yeah, the Kate, what's her name, from Peter Jackson's one. So there he is, yeah, and they blow up these balloons and they fly him. It's ridiculous, but it's fun to watch. It is fun to watch. So, like in the new one, they somehow managed to blow the ropes that are holding him together in the nick of time. And there he is fighting Godzilla. Kicks his ass. Poor rubber suit actor falling down the hill. I don't know. It couldn't be done in stop motion. So the rubber suits are better, but you could tell they're guys in rubber suits. But the model houses, he going to the top of Mount Fuji. He's the king of the mountain. He's the... And that's what pissed me off about the new one. Was he going to be the king of the monsters? Of King Ghidorah, of Mothra, of all of them? You know, was he going to establish himself as the king of all monsters? Because you've got Again, back to my list. You've got Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. You've got where are they all? All monsters attack. So you got Godzilla versus Mothra, Ghidorah, and others. King of the Monsters. Yeah, that's what I thought this was gonna be, but that's weird. I have watched this movie. I just don't remember it. Where the hell's All Monsters Attack and everything? Monsters Attack 1969. Destroy All... There we go. Okay, so we've got Destroy All Monsters. We've got Monsters Attack. We've got the PlayStation 2 games where they destroy cities. And like a Mortal Kombat version of Godzilla versus other monsters. Godzilla versus Destroyer. So yeah, you know, he's now at the top of Mount Fuji. He's the king, and then he just gets down again. So which movie's worse? I mean, come on. He should have gone up to the... Yeah, I know. If I was writing it, should have gone up to the top, sat on some sort of throne, like in the new one, and then Godzilla comes along and just destroys the throne or some scoop like that. So anyway, he's hiding in the rock, gets hold of his tail. There's some stupid fights in these movies, like a foot to the face and flying ninja kicks and stuff. If you watch it as a comedy, as a stupid movie, you can sit through it. It's watchable compared to The Room, Manos, The Hands of Fate. It's not a bad movie though. It's not in that category. It's a monster movie. And monster movies rock as long as you understand puppets and fake helicopters and things like that, which I'm really into now. So yeah, I won't give it away who wins in the end. So that's my view of the latest Godzilla. Thanks for watching.